Hey, hi guys, this is Vishal. Today's session is cybersecurity and ethical hacking. So let's start today's session. Day 2. Topics is vulnerability assessment tools like Nessus and Bubsu. These two tools we will cover in this entire session. So before start the session, let me know what is VAPT. Okay, so VAPT is nothing but to identify the vulnerabilities and doing the penetration testing on that particular vulnerability. So VAPT helps to protect your organizations and by providing the visibility of security weakness and guidance to address them. Okay. So what is vulnerability assessment? Vulnerability assessment is the process of identifying, quantifying, and prioritizing the vulnerability in a system. In short, you need to find the vulnerabilities in your websites, on your server or system. You need to identify the vulnerabilities and then you can try to do pen testing for further. So vulnerability is nothing but identifying, quantifying, and the prioritizing the vulnerabilities in the system. What is penetration testing? Penetration testing means doing the offensive attacks on particular vulnerabilities and trying to get a privilege. Or you can do escalations on a system. A penetration testing or the penetration test, also known as a pen test or the ethical hacking. Ethical hacking is an authorized simulated cyber attacks on computer system performed to evaluate the security of the system. So, what is VAPT? As we discuss about VA and PT, vulnerability assessment to using the automated scanning tools. Also, penetration testing. Also, again, you can use automated and a manual. So you can see in a vulnerability assessment, a less time consuming, and in a penetration testing, it is a more time consuming. So vulnerability assessment also here is a passive scanning, and penetration testing is a aggressive scanning. Vulnerability assessment is a wide scope, but penetration testing is a focus scope. So you can see here the focus and wide scope means what the problem or the vulnerabilities or whatever the website attacking you are going to do, that must be in a scope. Otherwise, if a project uh, focus on the in scope only and you cannot access or you cannot control or you cannot tax on the out scope. So focus must be there while you're doing the penetration testing. Vulnerability assessment is a no exploitations. There you cannot do the exploitation. The target is what for the vulnerability assessment. You can do only vulnerability assessment, no any exploitations. Okay, even there is a vulnerability like RC vulnerability, remote code execute vulnerability. You cannot do exploitation on the particular vulnerability. If you have the penetration testing authorizations, you can do exploitation. So further, the exploitation will be in count a penetration testing. Exploitation after the discovery. Discovery means what? Vulnerability assessment. Once you done the vulnerability assessment, you can do exploitation. Why VAPT? Okay, so we just discussed about VAPT. VAPT is doing the finding the vulnerability assessment, doing the penetration testing, and patching the issues. Okay, if not, if you not patch the issue, if you not clear the problems on your system or even a website or on your server, then what will be the consequences? Let me show you the example or news which I just found it on on Google. I just found this news on the Google. So time is at 2020. It's a recent occurrence. Okay, so 15,000 sites hacked for the massive Google SEO poisoning campaign. So you can read here the hacker are conducting a massive black hat search engine optimization, a camping by the compromising almost 15,000 website to redirect visitor to fake Q and A discussions forum. So hacker can or hacker could redirect visitor which website he hacked. So if there are 50,000 website hacked, so their website is injected by the hacker using some malicious code, and that code redirect the visitor. If anybody or anyone want to visit the website, he cannot stay on the particular website which is hacked. They will directly redirect on Q&A discussion forum. So they wanted to make traffic on their Q&A discussion forum by using 15,000 websites. So they success at that, the what they doing the camping. So attacks were first spotted by the Susuri, who said that each compromised site contained approximately 20,000 files used as part of search engine spam campaign, with the most of the site being WordPress.
So let's discuss about top hacker. Why top hacker? Let's see. There are number of hacker. Okay. So which one is a top hacker and what they done? So 15-year-old person or the boy in 1999. Okay, this one is a not boy right now. He's a man. Okay, so a 15-year-old with a PC hacked NASA in 1999. NASA server. He hacked NASA server, and that time 1999. Okay, at that time his age was like 15 year only. Nowadays 15-year-old boy is playing the games only. Okay, and at that time 1999, these boys played with NASA server and even DTRA agency. So DTRA agency means a Defense Threat Reductions Agency, or you can say a DTRA, divisions of the US Department of Defense. Okay, so these incidents occur between the August and October of 1999. And who did this? Jonathan James used his skill as a hacker to intercept data from DTRA. Okay, so he had access to over 3,000 messages, username and password of DTRA, username and password also of employees. So Defense Threats Reductions Agency, their employees' data getting leaked by 15-year-old boy only. He also obtained the source code of for the International Space Station NASA. Okay, to control temperature, humidity. Okay, and the NASA was forced to shut down the computer for 3 weeks to fix the problem at the estimated cost. Okay, and computer for the like 3 week. 3 week is not a joke. Okay, and the cost, the peak, the problem for the cost is rupees $41,000. He also ultimately said, like 15-year boy make $41,000, loss. So if 15-year-old boy can hack NASA and DTRA, no idea anybody can do this. So but it's very important thing that if you hack anything, a normal thing you want, then you can be in a big trouble, because cybercrime, obviously this is a cybercrime, and you attempting the cybercrime, so the consequences will be very dangerous to you. Okay, if you are a hacker and you use your skill as a good purpose, as like a white hat hacking, there are a number of platforms like bug hunting or VAPT, or you can join any company, a certain company, certain talent company. They do the VAPT projects of legally. Okay, I'm talking about legally. You can enroll there. Okay, and you getting a salary. Okay, so don't go as a bad hacker. Do it a good, good purpose. So it's a very important thing which way you select, good way or bad way. All right. So number one hacker is, you can say, like, again, the name is uh, Kevin Mitnick. number one hacker till. Okay, what Kevin Mitkin done? You can see here. I just want to give assignment, or you can search on the Google who is Kevin Mitkin, what he done. Okay, let's see here. The burn like he American computer security consultants, author, and a hacker also. So you can search over the Google. Okay, we'll get a lot of thing about Kevin. Search it, and if it's possible to search right now, you can drop a message in chat box. Okay, what you search about Kevin Mitkins, Mitkin. Okay, fine. So now the session is like mostly we discuss about practical session. So now I'm going to start my practical session on Nessus tool. Okay, we will cover two tools, Nessus and Bubsuit. Nessus used for the vulnerability assessment and Bubsuit used for the penetration testing. Yeah, obviously, Bubsuit also used for the vulnerability assessment. For certain tools, there is a tools or some tabs which is used for to do a vulnerability assessment. Okay, we will discuss it later when we start the Bubsuit. So let's start the Nessus tool vulnerability assessment. What is vulnerability assessment that you know? Okay, so Nessus, you can download it in your Windows system as well as in Linux operating system. I know you guys, if you are a cybersecurity expert, you use Kali operating system or like Ubuntu or any Linux operating system. That's okay. It's fine. You can install Nessus in your Linux as well as Windows. So I would like to show how you can download Nessus and how to install it, and later we'll discuss how to use Nessus. Okay. All right. So Nessus dashboard. In Nessus Manager, you can configure a scan to show the scan result in interactive dashboard. So here you can see a dashboard of Nessus. There are number of tabs. By using this tab, you can do advanced scan. Number of scan is there. All right, I would like to show you actual Nessus dashboard. All right, let me stop my screen here, slide, and let me open Nessus. Okay. So it take a time actually for login. Okay. First, let it log in. Okay. First, let me show you. Okay. So let me show you how to download a Nessus tool. All right. Okay, it's login. All right. So how to download Nessus tool? You can search Nessus free trial. Okay. Or if you want to purchase it, you can. Okay. All right. You can purchase it. First of all, to download Nessus installation, that I will cover it later. First, let me show you how Nessus look like, because it's an interesting thing, Nessus. What is Nessus? How can you scan the website and find the vulnerability and doing the penetration testing? Boom, you will get like whole access of website. Okay, so how to use Nessus? Nessus is a professional level tool. Okay, so when I open the Nessus, it will show me the scan and setting or the here the tab, and here is the admin tab also. So you can changes, you can do the changes like changing the password, doing clicking on the my account, or even you can sign out here. All right. Okay. So what about the MyScan? MyScan is a folder where I can do the testing, and I can like, this is my particular folder. This is my general folder. I can scan any website and put it in a MyScan folder. Even I can create new one, and depend on the project, I can put my Nessus scan in particular folder. So generally I use MyScan for doing the general testing. So here you can see two testing, WinCard test and text php.oneweb.com website. I already scanned these two websites. Why I already scanned these two websites? Because I don't have a lot of time to show you a live scan over here. But it's okay. I would like to show you live scan also. Don't worry. Okay. So Vinca test and the text PHP one web is two scan which I already scanned. Right. Let me click on the Vinca text here. It is. So here you can see the scan summary, scan details. Okay. So I only know the website, only a website. So how automatic tool used to find vulnerability? Okay. Just assume this is a Facebook website and or Instagram website or my website. Okay, Vinca Cyber website. So you guys want to hack these three websites. How? You don't have the idea how to scan, how to find the vulnerability, how to do penetration testing, getting access, dumping the information, whole information, employee username, password, how to do this all stuff. Yeah, obviously, yeah, these NASers used for the purpose like what I'm talking about. NASers can help you to do automatic scan. You don't need to do any manual testing. Just keep it mind that just copy your website name or IP address and put here and click on the scan button. Wait for half an hour, and after that this scan will be displayed here. Here you can see the critical vulnerability, 8 critical vulnerabilities. High vulnerabilities, 3 vulnerabilities. Okay. So high vulnerability in critical vulnerabilities mostly count in vulnerability assessment. Mostly count. Why? Because if there is a critical vulnerability assessment manager or the auditor must be report this vulnerability as possible as soon. Why? If the website having critical vulnerability, it means website under the danger, in risk, high risk. So keep it in mind, critical vulnerability and high vulnerability, it's very dangerous to you guys. Okay. So next one is medium vulnerability and last one is low vulnerability. Low is nothing but like okay, fine, it's okay. If there is a low vulnerability, it doesn't matter. Sometime it matter. Okay, we will discuss it later. But mostly low vulnerability is not matter. Okay, so I think so. Critical vulnerability, high vulnerability, and medium vulnerability almost majority. Then low vulnerability. It means my website is under a risk. Okay. So here you can see the top 5 operating system detection during the scan. It show me you scan operating system is Linux. It means my website hosted on Linux operating system. Okay. Here you can see details. Scanning detail is I targeted Vinca. This is only name, not there is no any vulnerability on Vinca website. Don't worry. Okay. I scan the website which is online available where you can test your skill. This is vulnerable lab actually. You can say meta exploitable too. We will discuss it later actually. So this lab having the default vulnerability, and that vulnerability I would like to show you for what? Because to explain you in detail if there is a vulnerability, how to recognize, how to identify the vulnerability in which categories you can put it. Okay, the vulnerability in which you category you can put it. So in details, scanning name is Vinca test and the plugins, CVSS, okay, scan template and so on. The information is in details. This is very important things to show you to your a VAPT reporter, okay, or the manager. These guys can score the vulnerability, or these guys can like take the actions further once scanning done. So in below, you can see the authentication credential information. So you done the authentications and credential. Yeah. Or if the website having the credentials, okay, let me clear this thing. If you're doing the vulnerability assessment on any website, the the project manager give you authentications, like in scope means like external testing and internal testing. There are two things: internal testing and external testing. External testing means what? You don't having the idea about anything. You know only IP address or website name. External testing. Internal testing means what? Sometimes they give you credentials, user and password, and using this user and password, you can try to check the vulnerability inside the website or the web server or any server. Okay, that's a particular server. So authentication means nothing but username and password or authentication. Okay. So there is no, I didn't give the authentications or credentials. So it should mean that success is 0 and the failed is 1. All right, it's okay. You can see the duration of scan and the policy also. Okay. So the policy is not important right here. So I'm just skip this. Next step is host. Okay. Host means scan. What I scan, ctf10.rootme.org was my target. And here you can see our vulnerabilities. 8 vulnerabilities are critical, 14. I think so high is 3, 14 for the medium, and so on. Okay, 132 is the informative vulnerability, and mostly that vulnerability is not countable. Okay, fine. So next tab is vulnerability, and here you can see 63 vulnerability is found. Okay, and here you can see in detail: critical, mix, high, medium, low, and informative. And in scan detail and vulnerability graph also there. Okay, so informative is more than other. It's okay, because informative vulnerability is not matter anymore. But what about how to check critical? How many critical vulnerability is there in details? Okay, so you can do the filter. There is the options by clicking on the filter button. You can filter the vulnerabilities. Okay, depend if you want to see by CVE filtering, you can click on the CVE. Okay, common vulnerability exposure. CVE means common vulnerability exposure. This is a code. I will discuss it later. Okay. Okay, so I am going to show you detailed vulnerability by using severity level. Severity level is means critical, high, medium, and low, informative like this. So severity level is equal to critical. Let's see critical. Okay, and just apply the filter. Now you can see critical vulnerability only in detail. Okay, so here I just see the VNC server password. Okay, okay. So what is VNC server? If you guys know about VNC, you can like throw the answer in message. So it helped me also that you guys know little bit about what we are cover here. Okay. So what is VNC? VNC means virtual network connection. Desktop look like it's look like desktop. Okay. Okay, let me check the VNC access here first. Okay, 1 second, guys. Okay, my target IP address is okay 243. So what I'm going to do here, the vulnerability is VNC. Okay, here you can see VNC server. Okay, so when I done vulnerability assessment on particular website, the website was like CTF something, right? I found a critical vulnerability, VNC server password. Okay, and the score is 10. Okay, so there are 3 vulnerabilities that vulnerability having 10 score. So 10 out of 10 score means what? Critical, obviously. So 1 to 10 is a score for the vulnerability, and the score we can use the CVSS. Okay, so what is CVSS? Common vulnerability score. Okay, so that core, if this score is a 10, it means this vulnerability is critical and it can damage your server. So I am going to click on this particular vulnerability, and here you can see in detail. Okay, that Nessus tool use manually, automatic scan, and it find VNC issues, and it describes the issue that the VNC server running on the remote host and it is secure with the weak password. Okay, it means not secure. Okay, it show that securing the password. So if you put the default password, then anybody can log in, and that happened here. These guys use default password. Password is password. So Nessus was able to log in using the VNC authentication and the password of like password. So a remote unauthenticated attacker could exploit these to take control of the system. How? I will show you. Okay. The solution is what? Solution is nothing but remediations. Okay. So solution is what? You can secure the VNC server with a strong password. Okay. So once again, guys. Okay, my target IP is 192.168.0.243. Okay. Let me ping here 192.168.0.243. All right, so I am going to show you same machine here. Okay, here I just hosted same machines on my virtual box. Okay, and the vulnerability also same on this box. So what if I try to check or if I try to get VNC access, is it possible to get a VNC access? Let me try to on my side. Okay, VNC Viewer is a tool used for to get VNC access. Okay, yeah, of course, it asks me password for VNC. We call it authentication. But if I don't know password, then it's very critical now to get a VNC access. If password is strong, then also a problem. Okay, but Nessus used to scan their plugins and they found the vulnerable password. Password is password. So now I can type here password is password. Okay, enter. Wow. So what happened here? I successfully type correct password. That is not guessing. Nessus find the password. Okay, and when I type the password, it gives me a remote desktop of my target. Okay, so this is my target machine's desktop. Okay, you can see the terminal of my target, and even I can type the command from remotely. So I have a remote desktop access directly. Okay, so let's see. I'm just checking the root access, cd and root ls. All right, I have a root access. If I type the id command, it show me you are a root. And what if I use host name? It must be meta exploitable, correct? So this server name is meta exploitable too. Okay, and it show me correct host name. It means I successfully hacked VNC server using the Nessus tool. Okay, so now what is different between VA and PT? I just done VA and PT also. How? Let me describe these things. VA, I done vulnerability assessment using Nessus. Here, Nessus used to find the vulnerability on the VNC server. The VNC server show me the VNC default password. Okay. Okay. Now, then I open my Kali Linux and type VNC viewer and then IP address and type there my password, which I found on Nessus scan. And here you can see a desktop access. Obviously, this is not exploitation, but yeah, you can count it as a penetration testing. So using the penetration testing, we can exploit the vulnerabilities and you can control the server access. Actually, this is a control. Okay, server control. So this topic again include in a penetration testing. So we done VAPT both. Okay. Now close it. And again, let me show you different vulnerabilities. Okay. So click on back. Again, Unreal IRCD backdoor detections. Unix operating system, unsupported virtual detection, bind shell backdoor detection, phpMyAdmin prior to 4.8.6, SQL vulnerability, SSL version 2. So now the concern is what many guys or many people know that NSS is used for vulnerability assessment, but they don't know what next if you found the vulnerability, like critical vulnerability or high vulnerability. What next? I don't know that the VNC server vulnerability is easy, that it show the password is this. I can use the password and try to log in. Okay, that one is an easy step. But what about another? Okay, another, for example, phpMyAdmin or Unreal IRCD backdoor detection. So let's discuss about this thing. Then you can get a better about vulnerability assessment and understanding of vulnerabilities. How to read the vulnerabilities and how to recognize what they showing NESAs. So Unreal IRCD backdoor detections vulnerability show me the target system has, like, IRCD server. IRC is used for charting, like instant, you can select instant charting or CLI chart. Okay, so for example, we use a WhatsApp for charting the people, or like somebody is use chart for using the IRC server. Okay, that is a IRC server. So Unreal IRCD is nothing but a version of your IRC. Okay, it's a version. Name of IRC is Unreal IRCD, and there is a vulnerability. Who found that vulnerability? NESAS, obviously. Okay, so you can read the descriptions. The remote IRC server is a version of Unreal IRCD with the backdoor that allow an attacker to execute arbitrary code on the affected host. Okay, so in description, you can clearly read the issues and what can you do, or what can attacker attempt to do on the particular vulnerabilities. There is a clearly described. Okay. So now here you can see severity level is critical, ID, and the type. It is very important that to check out the type of plugin. They show a remote, and the family is backdoor. It means if this website having remote backdoor executions, anybody over the globe, if the server is accessible over the globe, then anybody can execute a malicious code, and he can or she can get access of your server, or he can hack your server remotely. Type C is remote, means what? Your server can hack by the remotely. Okay, let me explain, or let me do practical session on this Unreal IRCD backdoor detections. Okay, so for that you need a Kali operating system that we have already. Okay, and make sure you install Metaxploit in your system. Okay, by default Metaxploit is there. Okay, so just type the MSF console command and start your Metaxploit. So MSF console -q used for to open your Metaxploit. So what is Metaxploit? Metaxploit is a framework, okay, which is used for exploitation. Okay, which is used for exploitation. If the vulnerabilities like Unreal IRCD, so how can attacker get access? They can use Metaxploit. Okay, if you want to hack any website, okay, I'm not talking about like to eat a bad purpose. I'm talking about if you are a VAPT tester, okay, or you are doing a ethical hacking, then you can do it, okay, as a penetration testing. So now MSF console is a Metaxploits command, and once you type the MSF console command, it will start and it will give you console access. Okay, where you can use number of modules. Modules is used for, again you can use auxiliaries for enumerations. Okay, enumeration means what NESAS done. NESAS is used for to do vulnerability assessment, correct? So here you can also do vulnerability assessment using the auxiliary modules. Okay, or all right, let me show you here the modules. There are 4 to 5 main modules like exploits. Okay. Next one is like auxiliary. Let me show you. Banner command used for to show your modules. There are 2230 exploits, 1177 auxiliaries, 398 post, 867 is payloads, and another is like encoder and nodes. It is not important. Okay, here. So what is exploits? Exploits is a code. We can say the modules which is written in a Ruby. Okay, exploit is a code which is used for exploitations. Okay, here I'm going to show you Unreal IRCD backdoor detection. So what is this? This is vulnerability. Okay, the website having the issue, misconfigurations because of developer installed IRCD on that server, but he installed outdated IRC. So the outdated IRC version has some issues, like not sanitized code. So who detect that? Again, one of the hacker, and he recognized the IRCD has some issues, and he exploit the server and create a POC and post it on the exploit DB. Okay, he done it already. Okay, so you can open the exploit DB website. Okay, exploit DB website, and here you can type Unreal IRCD. Okay, or you can type here also Unreal IRCD exploit. It will show you two links like Rapid7 and second is exploit DB. So I would like to show you both of link. When I open second one, it redirect to exploit DB. Okay, so exploit DB is like remote executions code. Same. This code, by using this code, you can compromise the server, target server. Okay, and that code is written in a Perl, and similar code are like stored in meta exploit here in the exploit. So here you can see 2230 exploit. In that exploit, one of the exploit is IRCD, Unreal IRCD, maybe. Okay, and using this code, you can do exploitation. Now, the time is what? To do penetration testing using meta exploit in Kali Linux. Okay. Nessus used for vulnerability assessment, where they show you like Unreal IRCD vulnerability is having this. Okay, now what to do penetration testing? Okay, so fine, I am going to search Unreal. I don't know further, so I can type here only Unreal and type. Okay, enter. So it will show you Unreal IRCD 3281 something back to us. Let use these exploits. Okay, this is a code. This one is a code, and which is used for exploitation. And this one is disclosed at 2020, right? Sorry, 2010. Okay, and the rank is very good. Okay, like, and next one is description. If I want to check the descriptions, what this code used for, I can type info command and enter. Okay, just copy the exploit and type here in and the code. So code is what? Here you can read everything. Modules, platform. Okay, what access you will get? It will be a CMD only. Privilege. Okay, and author name. I guess the author name also. Yeah. All right. And the basic information. So basic information is what? You have to set the R host information. R means target IP address. So this tool meta exploits use for to exploitation purpose only, right? Now I am going to use this particular exploit by using use command. So MSF console help you for exploitation. Now, when I type use command, this particular exploit will use, or I can use this for, attacking. Now you can see the red color of Unreal IRCD. Now, how to use this exploit? Just type the command option. Now it will show me what is the requirement for do exploitation. So I don't know the target. Okay, target means what? Where I can use this exploit? I don't know target now. So I have to know the target name or IP address. Like my IP address is, let me check my IP address first from here. Okay. So 192.168.0.243 is my target. All right, 243. Okay. So let's set the target. Okay. Set our host and 192.168.0.243. I guess 243. Let me recheck it again. 243, correct. And set. Now I set the R host, my target IP is okay. And again, I'm going to check it by using option command. It will show me our host is set. Now, okay. One more thing, if you want to do like a backdoor command execution, you have to set a payload. Payload is nothing but connections between victim and attacker. So it helps you to communicate between attacker and victim. Okay. Okay. So let me set a payload. Okay. If I don't know payload, then I can use tap button and again tap. So I hope so this bind Ruby work good. Okay. So what is payload? Payload is used for to communicate or to establish the connection between victim and attacker. All right. Set the payload. Okay. And the option, let me check it again by using the option command. So I just type the command option and enter. So now here you can see another tab that payload and the payload which I set here. Okay. It asks you L host and R host, which is by default taken by payload. Now all requirement is set. Now time to execute a code and wait for a remote access. Okay. So I'm going to check my host name first here. So host name is Kali because I'm using Kali operating system. All right. This is a Kali operating system MSF console access. Now type the exploit command or run command which help you to execute your particular code. Let's wait for the exploits, and that's the exploit. The server getting exploitable and command sessions 1 is open. Now you can type the IT command or whatever Linux operating system command you can fire here. Now I'm going to check host name. So now my host name is changed. What is my host name? Metaexploitable. Okay. So my target name is, my target host is Metaexploitable 2 machine. So I am successfully enter in my target machine, Metaexploitable machine. Okay. Right. So how I hack this server? Because I do know that vulnerability is Unreal IRCD. Okay, the vulnerability assessment done. And further penetration testing, I use a Metaexploit for doing the PT, and I can do the successful exploitations here. And I am in a website or the server inside the server now. Now here I can manipulate everything. Okay, I can delete everything, or I can create files, users, or whatever I want to do, I can do from here because I'm a root user. I'm not going to delete anything else because further I need this server. Okay, so that we call a penetration testing. I hope so you guys understood what is VA and what is PT, penetration testing. Okay, so Unreal IRCD backdoor detections using the Nessus, it show you the critical vulnerabilities
and using your mind or your skill, you search over the Google that related about that particular vulnerability, and you found a lot of things. Okay, a lot of things. Like second link show me exploit DB, which is a vulnerable code, and the first one Rapid7 website show me the code or exploits modules. Okay, the modules which is available in meta exploits. Okay, which is available in meta exploit. So if you open first line or first link, that show you Unreal IRCD 3281 backdoor command execution. Okay, and how to use this? I just show you that how to use using the use command, exploit Unix, IRC, Unreal, and 3281 backdoor. After that, you can check the like target. You can set the target, or you can set the R host also, and then exploit it. Okay, just go through these options or go through this, and okay, and you can exploit the server. Okay, fine. Okay, so risk information here. I I like to show you some basic information like CVSS score. So what is CVSS score? If you want to know more about CVSS score, just copy the CVSS score and do it in Google. Okay. What is this? A common vulnerability, a scoring system. Common vulnerability scoring system. All right. So like this. So now I guess you guys have idea about you guys getting the idea about normally how NASA's use. Okay. Okay. So this I show you. This is my normal scan. This one is a normal scan. I just show you the exploitable vulnerabilities and all. So let's start with the scanning, and let's start to creating the report. Okay. So first, I'm going to log in my Nessus, and this is a dashboard. If you want to do, like scanning, you can click on new scan. Okay, or you can create a new folder just like my scan. Okay, so I'm going to click on the new scan. Here is a scanning tab, host discovery, basic network scanning, advanced dynamic scanning, malware scan, mobile device scan, and so on. So mobile device scan, there is, I guess, a great issue. If your Nessus is not updated, you cannot use mobile device scan. Okay, another one is web application testing, means website scan, credential patch audit. Okay, and WannaCry ransomware scanning. Okay, even you can do the Active Directory. If you know that red teaming and Active Directory AD scan, AD vulnerabilities, you can do the vulnerabilities using the Active Directory starter scan from the Nessus. And almost Log4j vulnerability also there. Also the remote check, vulnerability ecosystem check. Okay, so Log4j vulnerability found on Java platform. So there are three vulnerability scanner: Log4j shell, Log4j shell remote check, and last one is vulnerability ecosystem. Okay, last time I created a Log4j vulnerability lab, and I used Log4j as scanner using the Nessus, and I got a successful success using the Nessus, and I executed the remote code code, and getting access also. So there are number of scanner which you can use for enumerations or to do vulnerability assessment. Okay, even there are next scan. There is another thing is compliance, like audit cloud infrastructure, internal PCI network scan, MDM config audit. Again, this is upgradables you cannot use. Offline configuration audit, PCI queries, external scan, policy compliance auditing, and SCAP OLA auditing also.
Okay, if you purchase a NASA's, like by license key, then you can use this upgradable scan also. So basically, let's start the scan. If you want to do a host scan, use host scanner. Okay, or if you want to do a basic network scan, click on the basic network scan. Advanced scan use for, let me show you one by one. If I click on host scan, I can put here my target or my project name. Okay, so today's session is day 2 and day 2 testing. Let's set the name of my target. Okay, and the target IP address 192.168.0.243, my target IP address. I am going to scan this server. Okay, and I just said that things, target and all in general tab. You can schedule the task also by clicking on schedule button. By enabling it, it will be frequently done the scanning once or in daily, on weekly, monthly, or yearly. So I would like to recommend that you can go with daily scan or weekly scan. All right, because of every day there are new vulnerabilities, so you can go with weekly or daily scan. Start the scanning must be start at the particular time which you want to assign. You can set here. Time zone also you can set from here, and repeat every week, or what you want to set, you can set from here. Sunday, Monday. Okay, so you can set from here, and that is used to scheduling the task. Okay, so I'm disable this because I don't need a schedule task. Okay, next one is notifications. Once your scanning started, it take number of like it's take a long duration, 1 to 2 3 4 hours also, depending how many IPs you assigning to scan. If I assign 100 IPs to scan the entire network, then it take at least 1 day max. Okay, if range is max, it take a lot of time to scan port vulnerabilities. So I already scan one Wincatex website. Correct. It take 1 hours to scan a complete one IP only. If I put there 15 IP address, it take actually lot of time to complete the scan. So for to know my scan is completed or not, you have to notification on your email. So you can configure your SMTP server from here, and you can start the SMP like email notification from here. Okay, you can put here your email. Email will be after complete your scan, you will get a notification on your email. Okay, with attached report. If you enable attached report, report will be enabled. Report will be sent to your email ID. Okay. Okay, you can set the size of report. Okay, CVRs or NASA's report, that will be you can mention here. All right, so notification and discovery. Here you can see the discovery, what kind of enumeration, what kind of host discovery must done. So here you have a lot of options like OS identifications, host enumerations, port scanning, all port scanning, and customize. So there are 65,000, I guess 65,535 something port number are there. So all port, it will be scanned within a enumerations. Okay, and if there is a 500 or 100 or 2 or 3, whatever the port is there, that whole port will scan. If you assign the common port, sorry, all port, okay, all port scan, then it will scan all port on the target website. Okay, here you can see all port is 1 to 65,535 port number. Okay, this all port will be scanned, and it take a lot of time actually. Okay, lot of time. So use a fast network discovery. General setting is use a fast network discovery, and always change the local NASA's host. Okay, that that is the very important thing, that just go with the all port scan, because sometimes what happen, if you select common port, sometime what happen, some higher level port number will not scan. So you will, the chances is what, you can miss the scan. So go always all port 65,000 wale port, right? Next one is report. Okay, once scan is complete, it must be create a report, right? Advance. So again, there is like, you know, you can simulate the host scan, okay, or you can check the like host using this. So this one is not important thing, but yeah, plugins is important. If you go with the host discovery, there will be no any plugins. But if you go with the like another scan, then you can like, you know, see the plugins details. I will show you how to set the plugins, okay, and how to start a scan. So this one is a host discovery scan. When you save it, you can launch directly from here also, okay. You can directly start the scan by clicking on launch button. It will start the scan, okay. So what about the advanced scan? Let me show you plugins details, okay. If I click on advanced, or sorry, if I click on the plugins button here, you can display a number of plugins. But in network discovery, there was no any plugin, okay. But in advanced scan, you can see a number of plugin, okay. If I want to do FTP enumerations, there are number of plugins available, okay. Using these plugins, your enumerations will be more effective, okay, more effective, or it will be good for you guys, right? So let me show you another thing, that like advanced dynamic scan, malware scan, or the like web applications scan, credentials scan, and so on, okay. So let me click on Active Directory scan, and again plugin, okay. Yeah, here is a only one plugins here, which is Windows, and the plugins is like Active Directory starter scan, like blank password scanning, Kerberos hosting. If you know the red teaming, then you guys know more about Active Directory, okay. So what is Active Directory, how to exploit Active Directory, okay. Kerberos hosting, Kerberos is nothing but authentication, okay. So if there is a authentication issue, Kerberos issue, then you can find using the Nessus. Okay. Okay, Nessus is help you to find the vulnerability on the Kerberos. So this plugin is used for to find the Kerberos issues or LDAP issues. Okay. Okay. So this is very important things to know more about. Okay. Active Directory, which kind of authentications is there. It will help you same time as a to scanning the vulnerability. Okay. If you know that Kerberos, you can select Kerberos plugins, and then you can start the enumerations. If not, it's okay. Just just keep it in mind that NSS is automatic vulnerability tools. Just just add your IP address or domain and click on a launch button. Once it complete, you will get a notification, check the report, find the vulnerability, and do the penetration testing, or send your vulnerability report to your you know, like a higher one, or your vulnerability assessment reporter or manager. They will be do assessment later, okay, whatever the further assessment. So fine. So let me show you again a new scan here. Almost you guys understood what is a scanning and the template used for, okay. There are number of different template which you can use for the scanning purpose, okay. All right, so suppose you know how to scan, how to identify the vulnerabilities, okay, how to recognize the vulnerabilities. All right, now one more thing, let me clear. I conducted a critical vulnerability, how to identify critical vulnerability, how to do penetration testing on critical vulnerability. What about high? What about medium? Okay, same things which I show you while doing the critical vulnerability penetration testing. You can do with same, like with high vulnerabilities, with medium vulnerabilities, or informative vulnerabilities. All right, these are the same. Okay, only keep in mind that critical and high vulnerability is dangerous to your server. So as possible as soon, you need to clear it, patch it out first. Okay, do remediations first. Okay, so next step is remediations. So Nessus recommended you three remediations points. One is ISC bind, and second one is PHP myadmin prior 4.8.6 SQL injection. So I guess these vulnerabilities under the critical vulnerability here it is. Okay, I guess PHP, let me filter it out again. Severity level. Okay, severity and critical apply. Right, the critical PHP myadmin prior 4.8.6 SQL vulnerability. Click on this. The description is show you according to the its self-reported version number. The PHP myadmin application hosted on the remote web server is 4.8.6. It is therefore affecting by SQL injection. So this vulnerability make SQL injection like the website is become SQL vulnerable. Okay, so day 3 we will discuss about SQL vulnerability, SQL injections. Okay, so don't worry, we will cover this topic later. So what is SQL vulnerability? So this is another thing that exists in a design the feature of PHP admin. Okay, so using this vulnerability, attacker can take over the he can take the access over the server. Okay, so how to take the access using this vulnerability? Nessus show me only the vulnerability is 4.8.6 only. Okay, so how to get access? Okay, how to get access? Again, same. Just copy the vulnerability version number. Okay, and open your Google. Enter. It show you. Just remove the critical. Okay, and then again enter. Okay, it show information about the particular vulnerabilities. Okay, you can type here PHP myadmin exploit. Okay, all right. Why remove this? The reason is I did not see the exploit DB website, and the exploit DB website is publicly available website where the number of code are available. So till you did not get the exploit DB website, just search PHP admin or whatever you got the vulnerabilities. So what if I remove the last one number? That doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. So I suppose there is a vulnerability PHP myadmin 4.8.1, and here I got the vulnerability is 4.8.6. So this is a big difference, right? 4.8.6 and 4.8.1. All right, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. So PHP myadmin 4.8 to 1 remote code execution can occur. Even LFI RC vulnerability also occur. Okay. What about this vulnerability? It show me the vulnerabilities used to do SQL injections. Okay. It means you can do SQL injections. How? Just go through this. Okay, or just do the penetration testing using SQL injection manually or by doing the automatic tool. That topic will be discussed on third day. All right, next day. So let me do a next one. Okay. Fine. So we completed how to do vulnerability scan using number of tab. Second, we understood how to identify the vulnerabilities in details. All right. Now last one, how to create a report, how to generate a report. Okay, this one is the last point. So my target is Vinca test, which I already scanned.
Okay, the details scan here. I am going to create a report. So you can create a report by clicking the report button. Right. Here you can see the report format HTML and CSV. So obviously I would like to go with the HTML because HTML will be good than a CSV. So again here you can select the list from here. The first is complete list of vulnerability by host. Complete list of vulnerability. And second is compliance, details of vulnerability by host, remediations, summary of operating system, and so on. Okay, top 10 vulnerabilities. Okay, this is just they are categorized the vulnerabilities only. Okay, but first one is whole report. So click on the first complete it list of vulnerability by the host. Okay, and just click on generate report button. It take at least little bit time, and then it will download here. Okay, so you can see the report here, Vinca text in HTML format and simple and normal report. Okay, so I created the report at 17 December 2022. Okay, and the table of content is vulnerability by host is ctf10.rootme.org. This one is my target. All right. The vulnerability by the host, the critical, high, medium, low, and informative. I already discussed about, I just keep it in mind, critical, high, and medium vulnerability is very dangerous to you. So if there is any critical vulnerability, high vulnerability, or medium vulnerability, first inform to your report, or auditor, okay, or the manager. So they guys can clear the issue as possible as soon, and once it clear, your server, your site is safe. Okay, so I would like to see the critical vulnerability must be 0, high vulnerability is 0, and medium vulnerability is 0. Why? Obviously you guys know that, right? So if there is a 7 in a low, it's okay. Informative 72, it is also okay, but make sure that the low in vulnerability must be 0 at least. Okay, it must be a low at least. And this vulnerability categorized in CVSS score also, like 98, 9.8, 9.8, 10, and 10, like this. This is score also very important. If there is any like 10 score, then also it's very important, right? Just clear it out. Okay, fine. So we know how to read the report. Okay, just copy this report or send it to your VPT report manager. Okay, fine. So why I started to show you vulnerability first, and then how to scan, and then how to create report. This 3 step only. Why? Because you may be getting idea about what is Nessus used for. Okay, I also show you what if I getting the vulnerability critical or medium, how to do penetration testing using meta exploit in Kali system. So you guys getting the idea about VA and PT. Okay, so this step is very important. So normally we guys avoiding installation because installation is not done, it is done infrequently. Once you install your Nessus, it's enough. So installation, you can also do installations. If you don't know how to do installation, let me do this once. Okay, so first open the Google. Okay, type Nessus free trial. Okay, and then click first link. Okay, I guess this is a just step, anybody can do this. Okay, so that's why I just make sure that first complete important topic and then easy one. So you can register here your first name, last name, business email ID. Business, I put here my business email ID like Vishal, and my email ID, and then phone number, and then title, company name. Okay, and employees. Just get started here. Okay, so let me complete it. It's good to you to show you. Wag हमारे business email ID Okay, and the phone number, title, you can put here anything. Okay, it's not important that you can type here your correct user and correct user and last name, your name and last name. Okay, it's okay if you put here anything else. Just keep it in mind that your email ID must be valid and phone number also. So just click on send and wait for our next page, that is downloading page. Click on download page. Okay, it will show you which version you want to download. There are 10.4.1 and 8.15. Okay, which one is best? Yeah, obviously newest one. So 10.4.1 is default and the platform you use is Windows. Okay, if you use Mac, then just click over here, right? Actually, what happened here when you trying to download or to open the tab tenable.com website and trying to download Nessus trial, okay, by default it recognize your operating system and it will show the platform by default. Okay, so Nessus default recognize my operating system, that one is Windows, and it show me like you can download the file from Windows platform. Okay, if I use Linux operating system, it will default show me my particular operating system platform like Linux and all. So click on the download and it will download. Okay, as a normally you can just click on the okay next button, and once it's installed, the next page will be appear like the localhost colon 8834. All right, so that link must be open in your browser. Okay, at anywhere on a browser. Okay, like you can use Firefox to open the link, or you can use Chrome, or by default your browser Explorer. So you can use any browser to open the link, but remember that this link is not valid for another PC. So you install Nessus in your system and you are trying to open Nessus in other PC, that link like localhost colon 8834, that link will not open in another operating system. Why? Because localhost is a local system IP, like loop back IP or loop back address. Okay, which is open in your system only. Okay, if you want to access Nessus in another system, you can by doing the port forwarding. So we will discuss it later, not now. Okay, so this one is important thing, that how to open Nessus in browser. That's all. Just type the localhost colon 8834, that URL used for to open Nessus. Okay, and after complete installation, it will ask you to create a new user. Okay, again, remember that create a user which is easy to you, and keep a good password at least. Okay, not 123 or admin. Keep a good password which you will not forget. So write the password username at anywhere which you can make like secure it, so nobody can check your user and password and login with the same. So avoid these things. Otherwise, remember the password and username and keep it in mind only. Fine. So now Nessus is almost completed. How to use Nessus? Okay. So all scan. Let me overview again. Just once click or just start the Nessus. You can click on the new scan, select any of this tab. Okay, and fill the target IP address, check the host number, plugins and all, start the scan. Once scan complete, okay, once scan complete, or you can start the scan from here also. Okay, let me show you again. Huh. So once you save the scan by putting your IP address, the tab will be here all in a all scan. You can start your scan by clicking on launch button. Okay, Winca test. If I want to like scan again, I can start the scan again by clicking on launch button from here. Okay, all right. So I can do a number of time by clicking on launch button. Once I completed scan today, tomorrow also I can do the same, okay, by clicking on launch button by uh, from the all scan. All right, so once you complete the scan, just generate the report by clicking on report button, and whatever you want to do, whatever you want to create a report, you can create the report. If your VAPT manager asks you to create a remediations report, just create the remediations report only, okay, generate it. It will generate a report, only remediations, okay, only remediation. There are 3 remediations, I guess. All right, so that remediations report is created by just what I show you, like this, okay. All right, so there are another tabs: resources tab, policy, plugin, rules, customization report, and Terrascan, which is not right important. You can do like your site by scanning, by using Google. You can do on your site. So I guess you guys understood Nessus. All right. Uh, I guess here is a new one tab, setting. So scanning almost completed. Now I'm showing you another things like setting and all. So here the overview will be show here: license utilization, software update, and encryption password also here. So my Nessus professional version is 10. Okay, the version is 10.4.1. Windows, this is used for the Windows. License host I already done, 2 host scan, and I can use 32. Okay, so now I have only 30 chances to scan the IP or domain, only 30 chances. The plugins last updated today 5:47 a.m. and my license expiring at 22 December. Okay, if I want to buy the license, I can click on the buy Nessus professional now, and you will redirect on other tab. Okay, so again here here you can see 2 tab. Okay, purchase through your preference reseller, and purchase directly from tenable.com website. Okay, so Tenable, you can purchase directly from the tenable.com website. Just click on the buy now. So easy to click purchasing, and here purchase through your preferable resellers. You can purchase via the PO. Okay, so you can purchase it from here by clicking on buy now. Actually, it's very expensive. Okay, very expensive. Yeah, the Nessus professional is $4,000 per year. Okay, and experts is 5,800 per year dollar. Okay, if you want to purchase, you can go with professional first, right, and then you can go with experts Nessus. All right, so what is different between these two? Professional used to do a real-time vulnerability updates and vulnerability scanning. Okay, and expert is like vulnerability, a real time vulnerabilities update, vulnerability scanning, external attack surface scanning, and ability to purchase more domain, and 500 pre-built scanning tools. Okay, so I want to ask you guys, did you use Nessus ever? If yes, then please drop the message in chat box. Okay, okay, I hope so you guys drop the message now. No, okay, yes, all right. Some guys say like yes, some guys say no. All right, good. Now I hope so you guys can download the Nessus in your operating system and use it. You don't need to pay any amount. Okay, don't worry. Once it over the like 7 days completed, then you can renew your Nessus later by purchasing it. Okay, if you want it. Okay, otherwise it's okay. All right. So now what next? I guess you guys understood
Nessus tool. And right. So my next slide is, give me a second. Okay. So what is report? We discussed as early that the report, the NASA scan report, represent like extensive data about the vulnerabilities detected on the network. Okay, and details, you can also check the details in a report in a NASA's manager. We can see the detailed report in the tab also, like these. And also here, you can see the mitigation or solutions. We discussed it earlier, right? Solution and mitigation remediations. So, okay, that one also available on details scan. Okay, so next topic is Bubsuit. All right. So what is Bubsuit? Why we use Bubsuit? I already discussed Bubsuit that Bubsuit is used for to find the vulnerability on the web application or the site. Okay. Again, there are number of Bubsuit like Enterprise, Pro, Community Editions. How to download Bubsuit? Is there Bubsuit is available in Kali operating system? Yes, Bubsuit is available pre-installed in your Kali system. You can use Bubsuit in Kali system. But what is disadvantages which is installed in your Kali system, and which Bubsuit you can use for do a better or good penetration testings, web application testing? Let me show you. Okay. All right. I guess okay. I guess my Bubsuit is start here. Okay. So this is a Bubsuit. I use Pro one, professional one. Okay. So here you can see the number of tab in Bubsuit: dashboard, target, proxy, intruder, a repeater, sequencer, a decoder, comparer, logger, okay, and so on. So what is use of Bubsuit? These Bubsuit use to intercept traffic. Okay, intercept traffic on what you are targeting, the website or web application. That traffic will be convert, or that traffic will be sent on the Bubsuit first. You can recognize the issue, or you can find the vulnerability on Bubsuit. Okay, once you find the vulnerability on Bubsuit, you can modify it. Okay, so once you modify it, you can change it. I already discussed that if as a previous example, Amazon, if you want to purchase shoes on Amazon using the Bubsuit, you can change the cost or price of your shoes by using the Bubsuit. How? That I will discuss. Now this vulnerability is not exist on Amazon, but you can do that kind of thing using the Bubsuit. If somebody know about that, you can drop the message in chat box. Okay, all right. So the Bubsuit topic is huge topic. Okay, Bubsuit topic is actually huge topic, and I would like to say, let me do introductions only on Bubsuit. Okay, and remaining topic we will cover next day, right? Tomorrow. So what is Bubsuit? I just tell you about Bubsuit. And there are number of tab: target, a proxy, intruder, a repeater, and so on. That tab will be covered in next day. Okay. All right. Okay. So first, let me show how to download a Bubsuit in your operating system. Okay. So start search in Google Bubsuit. Okay, so first website is portsfigure.net.
click on the first link. Okay, so here we can see the Portswigger website. Okay, okay, so 1 second, give me a second. I just check the chart message, give me a second. Okay, okay, interesting messages. All right. Okay, so Portswigger, Portswigger used to for learning purpose as well. You can download your Babsut, right? So there are first step is product, correct? And yeah, obviously the products are enterprise level Babsut, professional level Babsut, and community edition Babsut. Okay, when you use a Kali operating system, by default, community edition, third one, community edition Babsut are installed, pre-installed in your Kali system. Okay, so what is difference between community edition and professional editions, which I use now? Okay, I have both of these. So community edition is slow than professional Babsut. Okay, that's why I use professional, and the professional suits have some extra tab which I can use, but in community edition I cannot use extra tab. Okay, so that is a disadvantage in community edition. That's why it's a free of cost, and if you want to go with a professional, you need to pay some amount. Okay, some amount. All right, and even enterprise editions also you need to pay some amount. What amount? If you want to know, just click on professional and check from here. Okay, it's a $449 if you want to buy professional edition. Okay, all right. Even if you want to learn more about how website attacks happen, so you can click on the academy. First you need to register here. Once you register, they will show you, they will teach you web application security, like top 10 vulnerabilities or apps top 10 vulnerabilities. Top 10 vulnerabilities means all, okay, injection and all, everything they will teach you in details. All right, even you can learn the materials and labs from here, like client side proxy, client side prototypes, pollutions, essential skill. That is the news actually. Okay, so SQL injection, XSS, CSRF, XSE injection. There are labs. So SQL injection having the 16 labs, XSS having 30 labs. If you solve these 30 labs, you will become a master in XSS vulnerability. Okay. If you want to know more about view all learning materials or view all labs, you can click here. Okay, you can click here. So all learning lab will available here. So actually what happened here, even the material is available on Google, that will not help you a lot till you did not get a good mentor. Why I'm telling you that? Because I also suffer like same. When you have the lot of material on Google, but you cannot use it because you don't know how to start, how to use this material. So somebody must be guide you. This is the way of learning. Okay, so mentor is very important to learn a skill. If you want to learn something else, you need mentor at least. Okay, at least one mentor which help you to direct a good way. Okay, so that lab will help you a lot. Okay, with a mentor, a good mentor. All right, fine. So next day, we'll cover a Babsut practical and SQL injections and website attack, some website attack also.